introduction of Pastor Chad Ward. Chad Ward, born in Thomasville, Georgia. He is the youngest of 7 children and a twin. He is the son of Charlie and Willow Ward. He is married to Nicole, father of Jaquez, and proud grandfather of Micaiah. Chad is a 1999 graduate of Thomas County Central High School. Chad earned a bachelor's in exercise science from Georgia Southwestern State University in 2005, followed by a master's in secondary education in 2011 and a master's in Christian studies with a focus on youth ministry in 2013. Chad began his teaching career in 2005 at Bishop Hall Charter School, where he quickly transitioned from being a part-time physical education teacher to a health and science education department chairman. His excellence in teaching earned him the Teacher of the Year award 3 times. And those years are from 2011 to 2012, from 2018 to 2019, and 2024 through 2025. As an active member of the school leadership team, he has organized enriching student trips, including cultural excursion trips to Atlanta, Washington, D.C., and Florida State University. Chad also serves as the school testing coordinator, overseeing state and district assessments. A passionate sport enthusiast, Chad had a successful coaching career, serving as head girls track coach at Thomas County Central High School from 2006 to 2023, and head boys basketball coach from 2011 to 2015. He is involved in several community initiatives, including the United Way of Thomas County, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Hands on Thomas County, Project Backyard, and the Charlie and Tanya Ward Foundation. In June 2023, Chad was ordained as senior pastor at Greater Love Baptist Church. He is compassionate about sharing the gospel through Bible studies and vacation Bible schools throughout Thomas County. Chad lives by the motto, SOUP, success operates under purpose. And as a spiritual coach, he is dedicated to helping others grow spiritually. In his free time, Chad enjoys reading, exercising, relaxing, and watching sports. He is committed to fostering personal and spiritual growth in others, both in his professional and community life. Just last month, Chad Ward was named one of the outstanding citizens by the local Thomas County NAACP. This afternoon, I present to all of you the Arrington Foundation guest speaker for today is Pastor Chad Ward.
Thank you, Ms. Ross, for that excellent introduction. Thank you, Arrington family, for the invitation that y'all extended to me to join you in your 2025 scholarship graduate program. Thank you, friends, family, guests, and graduates. And thank you especially to my wife. She Ubered me over this afternoon. And as I was in meditation and getting ready to come over, I heard that still small voice that let your wife drive. And I kept saying, I got it. And he said, let your wife drive. Because she's your driving force that keeps you going. And so I had to surrender and sit in the passenger seat and let her drive. Now that's not gonna happen all the time, but this one time, because she gonna be like, no, you driving. But this one time, I had to surrender and let her drive, because she is my driving force that keeps me going and keeps me coming back minute after minute, moment after moment. Times when I get down, she talks to me. Like I tell people, she's my biggest cheerleader and my biggest critique. She's gonna tell me what's right, whether I want to hear it or not. She's gonna tell me what's wrong. Okay. To my graduates, as I was preparing, and they gave me a time limit, so y'all make sure that I don't go over my time, Mr. Arrington. I kept saying, what can I say to the graduates? And I kept hearing these three words: never stop graduating. Whew, I feel it already. Never stop graduating. And so as Mr. Arrington said, on last month, you graduated. You had your caps and gowns. They gave you the diploma. You saw your friends. And as soon as graduation was over, a lot of times the graduates say, I'm done. 12 years, it took me a long time to do this. I'm out. They say all kind of stuff, y'all. It's out here. But I'm just keeping it PG for you. But they say they done. And literally what happens is that mindset stays with them. And they don't move on. And so when you come back 10 years later, some of the ones who graduated with you, you're looking and you're saying, what happened? They didn't keep graduating. They stopped. They didn't develop anymore. The mindset stopped right there at 2025. And so what happens is, every time you graduate, you grow. Whether it's in relationship, finance, whatever the case may be, you grow. And so we have to take that mindset and relay it in life. We can't stop graduating. We can't stop developing. You've heard people say, I'm just that way. That person been that way all their life. So it doesn't matter if you're 20 or you 80. You still got room to grow. And so we have to make sure that we don't stop graduating. We have to make sure we don't stop thinking. I was that person that I was always curious about stuff. How this work? Asking questions. Why that work that way? And then I got to a point, guess what? I stopped asking questions. Because I said, I think I know it all. I stopped thinking. I stopped trying to put things together. And I stopped graduating. I took off the cap and the gown and I said, I'm done. And that's what happens in life. When we do that, we stop growing. And then I had people talk to me and say, hey brother, it's something special about you. And I kept saying, what is it? Because I don't see it. A lot of times people are going to see things in you that you don't see, graduates. And you're going to have to, guess what? You're going to have to put back on that cap, put back on that gown. Because there's going to be times where it's going to get tough. and it's gonna get hard on this journey. You're gonna wanna stop. But you always gotta remember that time in 2025 when you was on that field or in that stadium and everybody yelling your name and you walking across the stage. You gotta remember that time. You gotta say, I gotta do this right now. I gotta put back on this, because it's somebody in that stand, in those stands, looking at you, saying if she can walk across the stage, if he can walk across the stage and everything that he went through, everything she went through, I know I can do it. It's a little baby looking at you saying, Auntie, I'm proud of you. And you got to remember that even when you by yourself, even when nobody's in the stands, even when nobody's clapping, saying your name, you got to remember, I can't stop graduating. I got to keep walking, because there's going to be times where you're going to be like, can I do this? Can I take this test? Can I go forward? And you got to say, yeah, I can do this. I may be the first one in my family to graduate, but I can do this. I may be the first one to walk across the stage, but I got to keep walking, because there's other people following me. There's other people behind me that's looking, saying, if she could do it, if he could do it, then I could do it. And guess what else you have to do? You have to prepare in private so that you can produce in public. Woo. 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 You got to prepare in private so you can produce in public. A lot of times we want to be in public when the light's on, but we ain't prepared at all. So God, he said, hey, you got to see yourself before they see you. You got to know that you can do it. In the dark, develop yourself so that when the lights come on, you can shine. But we want the reverse order. We want to shine, but don't want to put the work in. Ask me how I know. That's me. I said, no, stay low so you can glow when it's time. Don't stop graduating, whatever it is. Don't stop. Don't stop developing yourself. There's more inside you. You got it. You can do it. Because somebody's depending on you. I graduated from the class, but I left my character behind. Take your character with you. I'm going to say that again. You can graduate from the class, but your character, guess what? It's going to follow you. So you got to consistently work on your character. Because if not, it's going to expose who you really are. It's going to expose. When that cap and gown go off, oh, that's who they really are? That's who. Stay the same person. And work on whatever it is that you have to work on. Develop it. Develop it. Stay true to yourself. Never stop graduating. 2025 graduates, a lot of times we say, your future's ahead of you. But I say to you today, the journey is just beginning. The world is going to be your classroom. You're going to learn a lot. And you're going to see who you really are. But what I want to leave with is never stop graduating. Thank you.